back to another episode of I Got Big Balls. Pause. Actually, 200. 200.
Hey.
200.
Okay.
We in here.
200 episodes of this.
Hey,
200.
Cereal eating.
I got big balls. I got big balls. I got big balls. Hold up one time, do it. Hold up one time, ball it. Hold up one time, do it. Hold up one time.
Hey, once again, it's on. It's your boy E1 Don signing on. Salute. As always, you know, that's E, the #1 DO1 on all social media. Add the salute for Twitter because I'm trying to get back in the Twitter game and I don't understand why you guys are not on Twitter. You gotta come back to Twitter. It's fine.
Twitter's lit.
Twitter's porn.
Twitter's the only place you can go see the uncensored content.
Go back to Twitter. It's OnlyFans at this
I
point.
wasn't gonna say it, but you know.
I wanted to see so-and-so's lip slips. I couldn't see it on Instagram.
You could've easily-
Because I tried first.
No, you don't went to
Then I went to
Twitter.
Twitter and found it in 2 seconds.
Easy.
Yeah.
Hey, this show is brought to you by CrunchTimeMedia.net for all your photo, video, merchandise needs. We got the Big Balls Paws, we got the Cereal Connoisseur, the new logo coming soon. I meant to have on that shirt, but I'm doing multiple things here. You guys don't need to know about that. But live Hip Hop Daily. Make sure you guys go to the app, go to the website. A lot of great programming. This is one of them. I got Big Balls Paws. Got more cereal, we got more Kester, we got more bowls, pause. And we got an affiliates, pause. But let's get to my co-host right quick, Danny Digital in the building.
What's going on? It's your boy Danny Digital. Go and follow me on all social platforms at Danny Digital. That's DANNYDIGITALL. Check out some of that photography and video content I post up there for you guys.
We got a real special guest in the building. Whoa, whoa. Hey. We got Mr. Atlantis,
Brother,
Mr.
Mecca.
Cash Color Cannabis.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Plug.
Mr. The Plug.
King of the trim
Yeah,
in the building.
Mecca in the building. Which social media you gonna give them? I don't know who.
I give them my Cash Color
There
Cannabis.
we go.
Go to the show, Cash Color Cannabis. That's at Cash Color Cannabis on Instagram. If you're on Twitter, it's at Cash Color Canna. And Facebook, Cash Color Cannabis Podcast. So check in with us. We have over 200 episodes. Cash Color Cannabis Podcast
Facts.
available for streaming right now.
Even though we started before him, we got the 200 a little bit later because this dude doing like 3-4 episodes a week sometimes. Like I can't keep
He's
up.
a machine.
I be
It's
working.
cool.
I can't keep up. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into what he got going on, and as always, we're gonna get to some cereal. We got the biggest cereal hater in the building, and he's probably gonna
Brought
at
him
least
back.
get at least 2 spoonfuls.
Y'all should know this from episode 3 that they tricked me into
Brought 'em
coming on this
back.
show in the
He
first
knows.
place.
He knows now. He came willingly.
They played on my friendship and said, "Hey, I got a show. I need your help."
He didn't
say
tell us
less.
he didn't like cereal.
Say
until
less.
Like who doesn't like cereal?
20 minutes into the interview, he's sitting here like, you know what, guys? I really don't eat cereal. Like,
First he said, "Are we really about to eat cereal?"
Yeah.
yes.
We just gonna look at it.
Instead of the cereal show, we'll eat cereal.
If you got a friend in me, you got a friend.
Hey.
He went for it, man.
Facts, man. I went through it. Me, Ted McClain,
Hey,
we
so,
hugged it out.
Since episode 3 to
Yes, sir.
200, a lot's been going on. A lot. You got 200 plus episodes of Cash Color Cannabis.
Yeah.
Atlantis, you know what I mean? The clothing line. I see y'all going crazy. You know what I mean? You got
That's
the
hard.
pop-ups, you got a lot going on. Tell a little bit. Where we at? What are we doing right now?
All right, man. For those who don't know, again, Cash Color Camp is a high level of conversation. It's a podcast I started about 4 years ago, and it's a mashup of cannabis culture and pop culture. So our interviews range from anybody from say a cannabis activist and entrepreneurs such as Keever Bolden Smith to Freeway Ricky Ross. You know what I mean? Like it's almost anything in between. So I feel like we titled it a higher level of conversation because I feel like the thing is just making sure that we keep a higher level of conversation. That it's not so much that my audience consumes cannabis, it's how they consume media as well. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure I'm putting it forth a quality group of people who's going to have conversation that's going to create more conversations in your mind about possibly what you could do with your life or things that you can be doing.
Right.
That's dope. When you started this adventure, man, you was just shedding light on the lack of minorities in the cannabis business, and it done spun into so many
Color
different
green.
things.
The color green. Can we talk about the color green?
Yeah, man, you was with me, bro.
I was with you, so
You was with me.
we took color green across the country pretty
Yes, sir.
much.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? That was lit. And that birthed so many other contacts and man, people will find us out the woodwork.
Facts, man.
We really became like
We was the weed people in Atlanta early.
without ever touching or
Say
having
word.
flour on us.
we turned into a national thing really small.
Say that first and foremost.
Put that out there.
Yeah, without touching
We
the
were
bud.
the plug without touching it.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
But
man.
that documentary, man, I remember walking the streets of New York with you and, you know, just hit you like a ton of bricks. He was like, you know what? Cash Color Cannabis. I don't know what that is, but I need that. You was almost ready to change the name of the movie, but you decided to do something even smarter with it
Facts.
and do the podcast.
Yeah.
Tell us about the journey, man.
Ooh, the journey to Cash Color Cannabis podcast. You're right. They did hit us in New York. You know what I mean? Where it should be something else. And I think it happened after Branson's interview. You know what I mean? Like you speaking to somebody like Branson, and for those who don't know who Branson is, go back to your hip hop history from
and that-
Biggie Smalls to
please talk about
Jadakiss to Lil Wayne. You've heard Branson's name. Redman recently made a song about 2 years ago. You know what I mean? About
You might be the only person who interviewed him.
I am. I actually was. I think me and Forbes, possibly, but I'm not even sure about the Forbes one. I think when we had met him, I think he corrected me. I know Reggie Osei corrected me because I thought he was on Combat Jack, but Jack was like, nah, I ain't never did that, dog.
Right.
Yeah, and Branson took us in Harlem. But it was after that conversation where I was like, you know, this is dope, and I felt like it's what we're doing with the documentary is cool. But I think that the conversation we're starting is actually a lot broader than what I'm going to give it credit for, and we won't be able to tell it in such a short form.
Right.
So you got to figure out different ways to do it. And coincidentally, around that time, documentaries cost money. I was running out of money. So it wasn't even feasible to keep producing it the way it was when I had a question about where the narrative was going. So I call it God's plan, man. You know, and at the same time, all these things came together as I was doing an interview here at Live Hip Hop Daily with my man Jimmy Hennessy and Last Name Good when they was doing the Good Hennessy podcast. And I remember getting up out that show and then walking over to Herb and saying, hey, I got this concept for a show, man. Like, do y'all have space? And he was like, man, the only time we got available is Tuesday at 9 p.m. If you can use that, you can have it.
This man don't make
Yeah.
Tuesday at 9 p.m. legendary.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it happened straight. It happened straight like that, you know. And initially, the concept was just trying to keep it as close to what Color Green was, but I had more availability when it came to conversations. You know, it wasn't just simply as I didn't have to necessarily have it stay towards cannabis in order for people to get where we were going with it. Like it began to a point where I could have attorney Anthony Griggs on, I could have Kwanzaa Hall on, we could have you know, just again a wide array of people. Like we have podcasters on. You realize quickly that the main reason we're seeing there was a lack of black participation in the cannabis space when we first started was the lack of even media interest in the fact that there weren't no black people. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't even a conversation. And what we did was fill in that gap. And I feel like since we filled in that gap, you've seen a lot more. Like I can say that you see even in Atlanta. Like I say often, whenever, especially when I'm outside of the city. You can say a lot about Georgia. We're way behind when it comes to cannabis laws. It's city of Atlanta, everything about that. We're all way behind when it comes to that. But where we're light years ahead of any place recreational or legal is we already figured out what our representation is going to be. There is a Cash Color Cannabis, there's a Smoking and Joking. There are all these shows and all these people taking advantage of what they can do. Mm-hmm. And they're showing quickly that this is what Atlanta cannabis look like. This is what Georgia cannabis look like. You know what I mean? Like we've already taken that step. So I think that, man, it's just amazing, man. Like it's just been a really dope journey, and I'm glad that we were able to fill that void and able to be able to give energy to give off to other people and have other people sprout out with their own ideas and their own views of what this conversation looks like.
I think it's been so taboo for us because it's so like, you know, especially from our generation, you know, a few generations behind, but it's like, it's so taboo. It's like, it's against the law. It's like, you gonna be on camera talking about this?
That was the biggest issue.
So it's like,
initially doing the podcast, that was the biggest issue I felt like early, you know what I mean? Like our first guest was Chris J. Chris is somebody who consumes, it wasn't a big deal for him. Matter of fact, Chris is the reason why I don't smoke on the air to this moment. Like I joke with him always. He gave me a blunt, it was an indica, and my whole body shut down. Like I almost went to sleep on air. Right. I said, after this, no more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, initially it had to be almost really niche-y, I felt like. You know, and I tried to force it into that box, and then again, I had to snap myself out of that. This conversation is bigger than just being around people who smoke weed. Like the conversation that we have when it comes to black people and cannabis and black people's relationship with the plant has to do with police brutality. It has to do with laws that's changing in our country. It has to do with music that we listening to. Like I learned how to roll a blunt listening to Redman's How to Roll a Blunt. You know what I'm saying? Like prior to that, I never even thought about doing the shit. Like we have to have these kind of conversations with these type of people to even connect the dots really properly.
Right. Yeah, because I remember, I think I was here one day, and you know, one of them channels where they have like them shows. I forget what it's called, but they have like a cannabis show where they're like eating. They're just like, oh, this cannabis goes with this wine, and I'm just sitting here like, yo, I get arrested for that right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, they shouldn't even be able to. We shouldn't even be able to get that channel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's illegal here, they shouldn't be able to collect revenue from here off of that. Like, cause they're getting money by me watching it,
and you just being upset.
We was learning a lot of that doing a documentary where it's not a state crime, but it's a federal crime. So
right.
The state lets you grow so much, and then eventually the feds come in and chop all your shit down and put you in jail.
How much money you made? God,
wow.
Thank you. You know what I mean? But I'm glad you are having that conversation. That's definitely, it's like making people more comfortable. It's like, it's not just this thug thing, you smoking weed on the corner. It's like, I done been up, I don't want to say too much. I'm still like, you know, I'm still feeling the kind of way about it. But, you know, it's been like, you know, officials, people running for office up in here. And I'm like, yo, you know, I already know different people from different walks of life consume. But it's just like, when it comes to us, it's like that ghetto narrative, you know what I mean?
You know, I'll give you you're right, because we've had several politicians on the show, and a majority of them have been black. Whenever we have a politician on the show, I always have to have a moratorium for 30 minutes of what we can and can't do when they're in their school. Like, we cannot smoke, period. Like, I don't want to have not a single picture, Instagram, none of that happen on. And we gotta wait until they have pulled off and they're at the street light before I say light up. You know, I gotta give all these people plausible deniability that they weren't here for that. But on contrast, I had a white politician walk in here who was pro-cannabis, and I don't want to give too many details because y'all gonna know who it is, but he walked in here smoking a joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not even thinking about it. Not even thinking about it.
Right.
Walked in here, pulled a joint out of his jacket pocket and lit it up here.
Right.
I'm tripping because I'm like, I don't know, you know, everybody, I'm like making sure nobody had cameras out, but I'm like, bro, he really walked in here and just did this. That's the difference. Yeah, like we have a perception
different kind
already.
of freedom, like different kind of thought process, you know what I mean? It's like, yo,
There's been a perception for us alone that when it comes to weed consumption, that either there's either going to be a Shaggy stereotype, or there's going to be the Snoop Dogg or the Smokey from Friday stereotype. Right. We normally fall into the Snoop Dogg or Smokey stereotype, where we just hitting it all day and we don't want to do shit. You know what I'm saying? We just want to have fun and joke around all day. We always fall into that. You know what I mean? And really, there's a lot of people who are super productive who are cannabis consumers. Again, I know some business people right this second, they'll never tell you they do it. I don't know why they wouldn't tell you, but they never tell you they do it.
Because of that stigma.
Yeah,
like, still scared. We still in the closet with it. You know what I mean?
High level. I've had a conversation with a brother down in Midtown, man, one of them penthouse apartments. I know you consume. You know what I'm saying? We were sitting up in his crib all day watching the show.
Right.
And it's, you know, it's crazy. You are part of a very big company, but you can never tell somebody you smoke, and that's crazy to me.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Underworld, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, but you know, that kind of, you definitely bringing a new light, a different light to, you know, black people in cannabis and consumption. So that's dope. And I've met a lot of dope people through that platform. So you guys definitely make sure you're checking it out.
Great networking.
You know what I mean? Tuesdays, live hip hop daily, Cash Color Cannabis.
Tuesday Night Live, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
turn Tuesday to a vibe.
So let's talk cereal, man. You here? We here.
This nigga grew up on pancakes and eggs.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and made a grilled cheese and bacon. Like that's breakfast. I don't understand this thing about cereal. Like, what do y'all do? Are you
What's some of your favorite
afterward?
cereal to hate? Like, what is this?
Favorite cereals to hate?
Yeah.
Rice Krispies.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the first time.
Yeah. Just I couldn't stand them three little dudes, man. Like.
Yo, like marketing.
Yeah, I didn't like the marketing. I don't like the Sugar Smacks. The frog. Yo, just disrespectful. Just disrespectful. Yeah. And Captain Crunch. Just
you're a hater now.
Captain Crunch, he's way too much into himself. Like,
cause he the captain.
It's the commercial.
Nigga pull up on a ship.
Exactly, it's the marketing.
He got his hoes on the boat. Like,
he got crunch berries. He got all different flavors. Like,
facts. He the plug. He go with the bag. Like, what you want?
Like, chill out, son. Let somebody else ride.
All right, man. Let's see what we got this week on Big Balls.
No,
we getting spooky. We're still getting spooky. We're getting spooky, man.
Didn't we have this conversation last week? Y'all with this gimmick Halloween
Frankenberry,
man. Now,
Here we go
honestly,
again.
when I was a kid, I used to walk up and down the aisles. I would want to have certain cereals. And I always wanted the, what was it, Choco
Count Chocula.
Count Choco Stein.
We had that guy 2 weeks ago.
Count Chocula. Yeah, when y'all had Count Chocula last week, and y'all panned it, I felt so like.
Oh man, we're probably gonna do all these niggas back here, aren't we?
We already did. That's the last one. We already did. Blueberry.
Oh, man.
I was gonna
Count
say Blueberry
Chocula.
happened. I was here for that one.
Man,
And
it's gonna
Count
be-
Chocula.
I swear I hope Frankenberry did me right.
Frankenberry. What did I say? Choco Stein. I done gave him a name.
Both of them.
Choco Stein.
Hilarious.
Let's shout out Brandon too. These boys got their own bowls now.
Come on, man.
Big bowl.
Tell them about the lighters.
Oh, let me tell you about the lighter, because this is, before I had to steal it, they gave me one.
Ooh.
Big Bowls lighter. There's no cash
thing-
color canvas lighter, so you know.
Hey,
There's no Atlantis lighter, so y'all got me there.
Yay. Let me tell you. I have to be careful because I see those lighters and I forgot I give them out and I pick it back up like, oh, there go my lighter.
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody needs to go ahead and tag theirs now.
Look, you gotta put a price point on this of $250. These Bics is expensive.
Yeah, big
Oh,
sorry.
what, I gotta pour my own?
Get another bowl. Another bowl. That one got a little.
Oh shit, salute, man.
Look, he look.
Oh, they got multiple bowls. Let's talk about this.
You gotta pour your own poison.
That's what it's looking like.
It definitely got something. I had to read
I'm hungry too.
Is this almond milk or 1%?
I'm
that's
motherfucking hungry.
2% and it's almond. Get right, whatever you get right. Whatever floats your bowl around here.
2% reduced. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with almond milk.
Get right, man.
Yeah. Almond milk is like you can't destroy it.
Almond milk, it's not real milk. That's why you can't destroy it. You
Almond
find this shit on the aisle, the warm aisle, first of all. right next to the ketchup.
Look, it's gonna
Yes, it is.
Look, it's gonna be almond milk and roaches. They gonna
It'll
laugh.
be that one aisle that's not packed. I always go down that aisle because I know I can get to the other side of the store.
But I never noticed that it is in the warm aisle. Like they don't even bother.
Yeah, this shit don't even need to be refrigerated.
There ain't shit happening to this.
nah, it's not.
All right, so do we have to eat it on 3 or I just go? Let's go blueberry. Let me get into this.
I'm not blueberry, them Frankenberry.
Oh, my bad.
You
What's
don't
the
keep
difference?
calling them out their names.
You don't want blueberry.
Blueberry is blue.
All shit is boo boo.
All right, let's talk. I'm already done. Let's talk.
You got your rating already?
Yeah, no discussion.
You a hater too, because this is good.
I need some water too.
Hilarious.
Please, can we get this man some water before he...
Internet.
Nah, that's funny though. You know, when I was a kid, I used to do this too. The only cereal I really tolerated was Frosted Flakes. But any other cereal, they had marshmallows. This is my mom would. She would get so mad at me. I'd pick out all the marshmallows and just throw everything away.
That's what my son's doing
That's
right
what
now.
right now.
That's what Joe do.
Yeah.
I see he got the cut, man. So it's over with the Jay-Z fro.
Yeah, he wanted the 05 Jay-Z back.
That boy look clean.
He actually chose it. That's his first conscious haircut decision. I showed him 2 pictures before and after. He said, I want that look.
You know, he about to be a daycare killer. Be up in there, got the fresh lineup
Made me a granddaddy.
already.
All right, so we got a little get to know you section while we eat cereal. What's your favorite meal of the day? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Brunch.
Brunch. You smart ass. Is it the type of food or the time of day?
It's type of food because and one day and I should actually have one maybe here one day. Like I keep getting requests for me to make fried chicken. I make really good fried chicken, but it's always fried
You
chicken.
make the fried chicken.
Yeah, it's fried chicken.
Who knows about
scrambled
this?
eggs, oh, you know what?
They had to confirm.
Hey, sneak. Somebody else in Live Hip Hop really does know that, and it's Mike Sick. Mike Sick was at the house one day for a brunch randomly, and Mike almost went to sleep. He was eating. Mike almost fell out on our couch.
Fried chicken.
Yes, sir. So I might do that one day in the studio, maybe New Year's or something like that for the
Man,
team.
we're trying to get an invite to the crib brunch. Hold up, what's this?
It's occasionally, man.
Oh, occasionally I would like to come.
You know what though? But, hey, y'all already know y'all got an open door. I'm shocked I never asked y'all. Yeah, you got an open door.
I've been to one of the crib.
No, I'm so mad you ain't come to the wedding. Like, how would you assume you
talk
wasn't
about
there?
that.
You wasn't there?
First of all, I wasn't invited.
That's what I'm saying. I assumed you was coming with Danny. How do you assume you're not coming?
I'm not getting in this.
But I didn't even hardly know. I see pictures, I see things happening, but I don't know a time, a date, a place. I don't know these things.
Lurch was at my wedding. I'm looking like we had the most Atlanta wedding ever.
I was real salty a little bit because I was looking at the pictures. I'm like, damn, everybody's there except for me. Like, what?
I had very little control over the guest list, but I knew that part. I was like, what? How this nigga didn't pull up?
With Lurch.
Lurch did come in.
Misunderstanding.
Shout out to, I want to give my man away, but Lurch definitely gave me some weed.
I didn't want.
Yeah, you had like one of those funny movies, sitcom movie weddings. Like I went to the bathroom, niggas was rolling up. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oliver, you definitely smoking. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my mom was witness to all the shenanigans of Atlanta. All the shenanigans of Atlanta. I saw some pictures and there was somebody took a picture and it was the most epic selfie ever and she had the dopest caption. And I'm looking in the picture like my mom was washing her hands in the back of this. My mom's in there just being cleanly. This is way before COVID. She washes her hands.
All right. Favorite time of the day to eat cereal?
Never o'clock.
Never.
I knew that was coming.
Never o'clock, is that the time?
All right, man.
We gonna go to the butt grab now?
No, not. I'm gonna go there though.
I feel you.
Since you brought it up, I might have skipped it, but now I have to go there.
No, he's tossing me all into the woods, man.
If you can have a bowl of cereal with anybody, dead or alive, cereal and conversation. Who you having a bowl with?
Cereal conversation? I'm picking Dave Chappelle. It's because Chappelle's one of the most interesting people, just period. Like
in life.
From his interview with Dave with Seinfeld and the comedians in cars to just watching his stand up, like that dude is the most interesting human being. And he clearly has a smoking habit, like not just
He's definitely gonna smoke
not just weed. We talking about cigarettes. Like
We're gonna smoke about 20 packs.
you see, if you ever watch the episode of him and Jerry Seinfeld, he's literally in the restaurant where they say no smoking, and he's hiding his vape under his table and trying to take puffs in between it. Like I'm like, bro, let it go at this point. Like clearly you're an addict.
Hilarious.
You get away with doing what you want for so long.
Facts.
Kind of like.
Yeah, when you walk away with $50 million, you know that you got the glove. I'm not going nowhere.
All right, man. Peanut butter and jelly time.
Fork. and fork and knife. I heard this conversation before. Who the hell uses spoons to spread butter? Like, what psychopath is having on your
There's a
throat?
utensil made just for butter.
That's what I'm saying.
Butter knife.
I can't even ask the question.
No butter
I can't even ask the
spoons.
question.
No butter sports.
I've been here for a bulk of these shows. I've heard this question, and every time somebody says spoon, I'm like, what kind of psychopath are you? Especially the women.
I'm a
like,
psychopath.
what kind of psychopath does this?
Let me tell you, I made a mistake and I made a peanut butter jelly last night with a knife.
I know you did.
It was the first time in years. I mean, it wasn't that far.
Wasn't it refreshing?
Nah, it wasn't that far. I thought it was. I was halfway through. I'm like, I wonder why I'm struggling so much. I'm trying to get the peanut butter. I'm like, yo, it's like a struggle.
Why was it struggling? It should have been easier.
No, because the spoon got the scoop ability. Just whoop.
But this is my thing. How do you get the peanut butter out of the
use
scoop?
your finger.
And that's where we stop. And that's where we stop and go back to convenience and common sense. And just pull out the
you
knife.
just hit it on the edge of the bread.
That's what I mean by psychos. Like who goes that far just to get peanut butter when there's clearly a knife?
That's it.
Don't trust
How you get
people
the
like
jelly
that.
out? You gotta.
Don't trust
Same
people
way.
like that. You know, I had the conversation for the longest. As a matter of fact, me and my wife used to talk about this. I think she introduced me to it. That jelly is supposed to be in the refrigerator, but I'm like, but you find it outside. Like, why the hell would I need
Ow.
to? And it's way easier to spread when you put it outside. Like when I put it in the refrigerator, now I'm breaking bread.
I'm into jam now. What you know about jam?
Healthy ass nigga. I'm into jam now. What kind of jam are you eating, sir?
That's
Same
just green
as jelly.
jelly. Different color jelly. Like.
It's way more spreadable though.
Yeah, like
Yeah, because you never put that in the refrigerator. It's warm.
No, you put it in the refrigerator. Refrigerator have to open it, which leads us to our next question.
Yes.
Ketchup and other condiments. Do you keep your ketchup in the refrigerator or the cabinet?
All right, so you're about to learn a fact about me. I don't use condiments.
What?
It's a dry burger.
No, it's not a dry burger. It's how food's supposed to be prepared. Like if you're
Supposed to be juicy.
If your burger's not good and your steak's not good enough to where you don't have to eat it without steak sauce or a bunch of condiments to add flavor, then you
chicken
didn't have a
can't be
good
good.
burger or a good steak. Trust me.
You don't put no sauce in your chicken.
Sauce.
Dried nuggets.
Dry nuggets, man.
Yo.
I can't
Hold the sauce. Give my sauce to the guy back there.
Yo, here's my shit too. Whenever, since I was a kid, I've eaten cheeseburgers, like plain cheeseburgers. I just like the way it tastes. It's hotter. Like, it doesn't take as much time. Like, have you noticed, like, they almost come pre-prepared when you have to have all the other stuff on it. So, whenever I say give me a plain cheeseburger, it's the biggest struggle in the restaurant. You can see in the background, they all having arguments. Like, what do you mean so plain? I mean nothing, cheese in a burger. Then they come right back. So, do you want cheese? Yo, cheese, just cheese in the burger, dog. Like, I'm saying, the lettuce and all that other stuff you're gonna use, save it for somebody else. I just want the cheese.
Right.
And they are confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
What was it last week? I went to Burger King and came back with them fries. A large bulk of that time was them trying to figure out what a plain cheeseburger was.
What does he mean?
Yeah,
What are we gonna do with all these condiments?
I'm watching 3 grown people have a struggle about what does he mean.
What are we gonna do with this extra tomato, lettuce, and
They figured out 3 fries, but when I said I don't want any of this, it became a line item. Like, so we don't.
like-
Yeah, it was all good. Let's gather together as 3 people and go and stare at the screen and go line by line. So you don't want this? You don't want this? No.
It's gotta be an accident.
Nah,
You sure
I'm
you said plain burger?
You probably ordered it wrong. That's why I realized that
Definitely ordered it wrong.
you gotta say, I want a plain hamburger, add cheese.
Actually, that might be the code.
It is. There's something I've been ordering wrong for a long time. They was like, oh, because they kept getting it wrong. I was like, damn.
That might be the
I
code.
gotta say it right. You try to do this and subtract. Don't do it and subtract. They don't understand take off. You gotta start plain and just add. Anything subtract, they don't get it.
I can't take it off. This is my job.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to go down the assembly line.
It's already made.
It's already what is this?
What are you doing?
It's already made, right? This is what already has it.
Are there no condiments in your house?
Oh, that's not. She do.
Where do you guys keep the condiments? In the refrigerator or the cabinet?
Oh, the ketchup is in the
Yes.
refrigerator. I know that for a fact.
Thank you.
Yeah, the ketchup's in the refrigerator. I don't
Like
ever
normal
use it.
people.
I don't ever use it. But it exists. I know it exists in my house.
Hilarious. He doesn't use condoms. He doesn't eat cereal, so whatever. You know, he's a different kind of guy.
I'm a different kind of guy.
I don't even know if I ever heard you curse before, but what is your favorite curse word or phrase? You had to have cursed.
Oh, yeah, I do curse, I feel like. I feel like
So
I'm
articulate.
Yo, you should see-
Like
no,
curse words beneath him.
I was with my mom a couple months ago, and I distinctly remember my mom growing up, and she used to curse with storm. Like her and my dad, you walk in the house, everything's short of fuck. Like it was just shit, everything was being said. And then she gets older and she gets closer to God and she is just all this. And I'm like, Mom, I remember we used to curse. Yeah. And that be her face, like, oh, I ain't never did that. I was like, yeah, you did. But I feel like I'm probably growing into that a little bit. Like, I used to curse up a storm. Like, everything was just fuck shit. Like motherfucker was my favorite. Like, that was my favorite. Now I try to steer away from it, and it has a lot to do with the word nigga. Like, I try not to say nigga. And
I think niggas is his favorite.
it's crazy because like if I say I don't want to be called nigga, it becomes the biggest conversation. Like I allow for all kind of pronouns, all kind of everything. If I say just don't call me a nigga, it becomes the biggest debate. So I'm like, I'll do y'all a favor. I'll cut out a whole lot of words. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just try to baby step there. But it's part of that. Like I don't curse a lot in the first place, but I will. Since this is a big issue for y'all, you say it comes out your mouth so much, I'll just change the whole dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just make it easier for you. Like you say, you rarely hear me curse. I don't walk around here just cursing up a storm, never. So since you rarely hear that, you probably rarely hear me say niggas. So do not refer me to it. Don't pull up to me and say my niggas. I'm not my niggas. I'm not your niggas. I'm not these niggas. I'm not. Let's talk about these. I don't know these niggas. That's you.
I don't know those niggas.
I don't know them niggas. That's you, man.
Yeah.
So now I don't curse, but fuck you. I did curse when I walked in here though. They over here taking photos and all this. I'm looking like, y'all been up here an hour and a half. They told a brother I done ate, watched Cheetahs 3 times. I didn't have to be there. Cheetahs is good. Yeah, there's a Cheetahs marathon on VH1 every Saturday, and I tuck her down to get to it. And I could have left. I didn't need to see the last 2.
Right, please.
Yeah, it's her fault. I blame you. It's between the PA and the host over here, man.
Hello.
We'll talk about that.
What's your favorite corner store snack?
Not Famous Amos, but dang, these are 2-pack of cookies I get all the damn time whenever I walk in the stores. Chocolate chips. Those, or to this moment too, yeah, I get Johnny Appleseeds or Alexander the Grapes. They're normally stale because they should have been sold like 2 decades ago. But if you see some in the store, get some.
You find them and they're fresh.
No, they're not fresh. Like, I remember when you used to get them when they was fresh, you could shake the box and just hear them move. Nowadays, you grab these. they're still glued together. Like y'all really have not sold these in a while. But they're my favorites.
All right, man. 2020.
Yes.
Social media era.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
feel like social media is killing relationships or does it help build relationships?
I mean, I think it has the ability to do both. It's really how you handle it. Because you can talk about relationships like a relationship, or you talk about even friend relationships. It has the ability to build and destroy both simply by how you decide to use it. Like I have to take tolerance breaks when it comes to social media sometimes.
You post a lot.
I do. I post a lot. I don't respond to no comment. I don't respond to no comment. I don't respond to. I had somebody right now. They had like 3 comments deep about something I said last week that I know that they totally misunderstood. And I'm not going back and forth with you about this. Like that's the way people.
Sometimes you gotta clarify for the other people that's reading.
I'm not clarifying for them. I'm fairly comfortable with you misunderstand. If you misunderstood this, I'm cool with whatever you feel about me. I know I'm invisible. I'm perfectly fine with that life I live. But what I'm not gonna do is sit on platforms. And I feel like this is where you can lose relationships. I'm not gonna sit on platforms and ever justify myself to a group of people who are bent on not understanding me. And I felt bad. I still to this moment feel bad for the whole Megan situation. There should never be a time in your life ever that you should feel that you have to go online and justify what happened to you. That's another level of you're locked into this. Lock out of it. like there's not a time on earth that somebody needed to hear your story because you know what your story is, and eventually this is going to trial. So we're going to figure out the details eventually. We don't need to have you. This is now you almost putting yourself through torture. And I felt so bad for her because I'm like, you see people so attached to social media like that where they feel constantly they have to, you gotta explain this. You gotta justify, like you say, you gotta explain for the people who don't get it. No, you don't. That's not my obligation.
Not obligated, but you know.
That's not my obligation at all. People feel so much ownership over you too with social media now. That's where I go back to I don't answer comments. I don't care that you came here 2 times. You don't own me to the point where you could drop question marks because I didn't answer quick enough for you. Like, dog.
I definitely don't move
that. We don't move like that. We don't move like that. And I don't feel like grown people should move like that. Like, take a step back sometimes.
I'm terrible at social media. I'll be like, what? Block?
He'd be like, 2 months later. Like 2 months later, here comes E. Oh, okay, I got you. That's already done.
All right. This how smooth I am with the question now.
You been watching Cash Color Cannabis?
You smooth. You smooth. Boy, you ain't said nothing slick to a can of oil. Ain't that what they say?
Hey.
All right, check me out now. I know you're a married man.
Yes, sir.
Know this. Say you're giving advice to an unmarried man.
Yeah.
When you're dating, how long do you feel like it's a good amount of time to wait before you go in for the butt grab, like on a hug?
I'm always torn when I hear y'all ask this question. I'm always torn.
Because you don't want to get into that friend zone.
Yeah, you don't want to, but you also do not want to get hit with a Me Too. You know what I'm saying? Like you also don't want to cross into that thin line between being applauded for something and being looked at shockingly. You know? So I would say if you're dating somebody, I would say this, right? You always gotta get engaged with the person that you're dating. So probably them first couple of days you even getting to know each other, you start asking certain questions to see where she's cool with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so by the time let's say you at the second date, right? Like you already felt this out. You know whether or not you can go in for that butt grab. Antoinette looking at him like she know what you're talking about. Like after a couple of days, you should get to know this person. There's simple questions you can ask. Like, all right, she cool if I grab her? Is it cool if I ask her this question?
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're not shocked. Like you're just not taken aback by something. Like you don't meet somebody and then a day later start telling them about your porn history. Like you get into that way before that. You start getting into what's she into first before I even mention to her that I just saw this. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So I would say take your time with that, but at least by the second date, you should know whether or not you have the ability to grab a full handful of ass.
Yeah, man, you gotta go in for the hug up top.
You gotta get lower each time.
Just with the hand drop when you pull it away and slide.
And this is what I'm
across the butt
talking
with the
because
hand.
I've watched this show. I've been here live plenty of times. I've seen men and women answer this question, and I'm always confused when the men and women say first date, first try. I'm like, try that in real time.
Go ahead. Even if you get the side hug, you just kind of slide away with the.
Say they DTF.
Look, for years now, I've always been the type of person where I don't hug people unless I really feel like I know you.
Right.
Like you'll start off with a high five.
Right.
Like I do the high five, and we get to know each other. I might do the side hug.
Right.
If we to the point where I feel like we here, hey, what up? Now you get that hug. There's levels of friendship with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not everybody in Atlanta.
Not everybody. No. Some people
just like, I don't hug her.
Some people
Go
still,
ahead and grab my ass.
Right.
Some people still get high fives, bro.
Gotta be careful with COVID.
COVID now,
too.
nobody's shaking hands.
Shouldn't be touching.
What's up? What's
Right.
up?
I knew COVID was over when people was back giving dap. Because at first we went from elbows to here
Niggas
to
was
here
touching toes
to
and shit like,
we back hugging. I'm like, oh, okay. I was only like 2 weeks. I thought we was in this.
COVID was over the minute unemployment checks stopped and niggas remember we gotta get back to work. So especially in Atlanta, these clubs about to
check for those 2
open.
months we missed.
Well,
That's
really
it.
over.
Them promoters about to get back
All
to
right,
work.
man. Frankenberry. It's Halloween. We getting spooky. 0 to 5. What do you rate Frankenberries? I already kind of know where you're going with this.
Zero. And it's mainly because I couldn't give y'all a heads up. I know this is always a surprise. I don't like berries or strawberries in a form that's not a strawberry. You know what I mean?
Everything gotta be real. Like,
Yeah, so like I don't like strawberry juice, I don't like
don't eat
strawberry
cereal.
soda, I don't like strawberry jam, I like strawberries. So the minute I touch this,
This
I'm
should have
like,
got a bowl. I should have brought
squeeze
bowls
it.
of fruit for this thing.
yeah.
His berries,
Excuse
man.
me. For this black man, I can't call him nigga. no
Come
more.
on, man, I have a team. I have a team of people now, man. Respect my authority.
Yes.
He does.
Son, what are you rating
He's tripping. man.
Frankenberry?
Out of all 3 of these cats,
Yeah,
he's the best one.
Really? Better
See,
than
I
Cho-
took my he
me stop
better. He was
calling
better
him
than the
Choco
Count Chocula.
Time. I'm like,
Better than
Count
Count Chocula, and Blueberry is the worst.
I
My
thought
man right
Blueberry
here,
was trash.
I'm giving him a 3.
I thought Blueberry would be trash since I was a kid. Yeah, he looks trash. Like even the image, like they never even took time for that.
Alright, so I'm gonna go I'm gonna have to side with my man on this one. I'm gonna have to go with 0.
Are y'all tripping?
Yo.
Y'all niggas don't like strawberry cereal?
Nah, I don't like these. I definitely don't like.
I like strawberry lemonade though, randomly. Strawberry lemonade. I guess
I'm
all
kind
black
of
people
funny
do
like
that.
that with strawberries.
Strawberry
too. Certain strawberry
lemonade.
flavor stuff I don't like, and this is one of them. And it kind of gave me a slight headache, so I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
even feeling
The
these.
cereal
but-
gave you a headache.
I'm blaming the cereal. I didn't have a headache before I ate it.
strawberry
Now.
with almond breeze. That's
You blaming the almond breeze.
It wasn't it.
Hey man, you guys check it out. Let us know what you think. You know, prove him wrong. Let us know that these are
Prove
nasty.
us wrong. Don't throw me under the bus. You gave him a 0 too. Prove us wrong.
Prove us right. We're right.
Oh, true. My bad. I said
Easy.
it
This
wrong.
is good.
Hey, edit that out.
I meant prove him wrong, not him. Him. I'm with you. Hey man, one thing I guess for coming through, Mega Man, Mr. Cash Color Cannabis. Make sure you guys follow him on all social media. Hey man, make sure you guys follow us at Big Bo's Paws on all social media. Our Twitter is suspended right now. I don't know how to unsuspend it.
Big Bow's Twitter?
Yeah.
What y'all do?
You didn't post nothing. I think somebody's hacking my joins. Pause.
Hey, also while we're here, make sure you go to cannabisclothing.com.
Hello.
and shop us.
Did
There's
we-
our drug lord collection. Our
Hello.
Cannabis signature collection.
Because I felt like we got the whole Cannabis segment. Did we not do that? Because I wanted
We
to.
breezed over it.
Return of the Vipers. Just go at cannabisclothing.com. Shop up. It's up.
Facts. And you know, you already know what time it is. So we'll see you guys here next week. I need some Tylenol or something. This stuff right here, I be tripping. Peace.
Man, General Mills is not sponsored.